Welcome to Draw Tip Tuesday. Here's your weekly dose of inspiration to build a creative habit, one drawing at a time. Brought to you by Sketchbook School. Hi, welcome to Draw Tip Tuesday. In Sketchbook School's course Watercolor Rules and How to Break Them, I learned how to work with masking fluid. I knew of the existence, but always thought it was kind of tedious to use and I never really saw the use of it. However, it can be really fun to use. So today I will show you how to use masking fluid when watercoloring. We'll use watercolors, water, a small brush and a large one, your sketchbook, the masking fluid and a waterproof pen. By the way, some brands also sell masking fluid markers, so you don't need to apply it with a brush. First, I'll make a drawing using my waterproof pen, but of course you can also just use paint. It's up to you. I'll draw a very simple scene with string lighting across the sky. Now, before painting, I will use the masking fluid to mask the lights. Eventually, I want those lights to pop from the background. With the masking fluid applied, I can paint a wash for the sky, without needing to carefully work around the lights to keep them white. The masking fluid dries up as kind of a rubbery substance that will seal off those parts of the paper that you don't want to paint. This brand of masking fluid is blue, and I think the reason is just so it's easy to spot where you've used it once it's dried. Once you've masked all areas you don't want your paint to get, make sure to clean your brush well. The rubbery substance otherwise will glue the hairs of your brush together and ruin the brush. Make sure the masking fluid dries completely before you touch it or apply any paint on top. Now, using a larger brush, I will apply a wash for the sky. And let's also color that shape of the building and the greens. Now the paint needs to dry completely. Once the paint is dry, you can carefully rub the mask off. Make sure your hands are clean before you do, otherwise you will smudge the bright white that you've been protecting from the paint so carefully. I could leave it like this, so the lamps will be just pops of white, but I want to add bright yellow. I could also choose a different color on each light bulb. See? It's pretty fun and it can be really useful too. If you're drawing a building or a car, for example, you could use the masking fluid to seal off the areas where the light is reflected in the windows. Or when painting water, it can be useful for the reflections in the water. Or when you're making an illustration, you can mask off a whole pattern. Well, there are many ways to experiment with this. So if you happen to have some masking fluid in your stash of art supplies, play around with it, give it a chance, have some fun. And if you care to share what you make, I'd love to see it. Please share it on any social media channel you like using the hashtag DTTInAction so we can see what you make. And I'll see you next week. Bye!